How's it going, everyone? Today, we're going to be talking about a phenomenon that's been plaguing the job market lately, something that we like to call ghost jobs. In fact, the Wall Street Journal is even calling it that now. No, we're not talking about like hidden jobs like a ghost kitchen or something like that. We're talking about jobs that are advertised but just don't actually exist. You know what I'm talking about. You see a job posting that seems too good to be true, like a high-paying remote job with flexible hours and great benefits. You spend a lot of time crafting the perfect cover letter and resume, then you hit that submit button, and then crickets. You never hear back. You follow up with an email, you follow up with a phone call, still nothing. So you start to wonder if that job even existed in the first place. And most people don't want to believe that either, so they usually settle with themselves and say something like, oh, I wasn't a good fit, or they hired someone else, or maybe there wasn't a budget for it. Turns out you might be onto something. According to a recent article from the Wall Street Journal, many job postings are actually just ghost job positions. In a survey of more than 1,000 hiring managers last summer, 27% reported having job postings up for more than 4 months. And among those who said they advertised job postings that they weren't actively trying to fill, close to half said they kept the ads up to give the impression the company was growing, according to Clarify Capital, a small business loan provider behind the study. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would anyone advertise a job that doesn't exist or that they're not intending on filling? Well, it's all about manipulating the job market to favor the employers. You see, by advertising fake jobs, employers can collect resume and data on potential candidates without actually having any intention of hiring anyone. This way, they can keep tabs on the job market and adjust their hiring strategies accordingly. 1/3 of the managers who said they advertised jobs they weren't trying to fill said they kept the listings up to placate overworked employees. 1/3 of managers admit to lying to employees when they say, yeah, we'll hire someone to help you out with that job. Other reasons for keeping jobs up. The hiring manager said stocking a pool of ready applicants if an employee quits, or just in case an irresistible candidate applied. Kelsey Libert, co-founder of Fractal, a digital marketing agency, says her company keeps ads up for associate positions even when they aren't hiring because turnover for those jobs is often higher than other roles. Okay, so you waste everyone's time instead. Got it. For example, imagine you're a manager at a big corporation that wants to hire a software developer. You could just advertise the job and wait for the applicants to roll in, but what if you're not so sure about the supply and demand of developers in your area? What if you're not so sure how much you should be paying them? Well, instead of taking that risk, you could advertise a fake job, collect resumes, and then use that data to make informed decisions. But wait, there's more. Apparently, companies are even using this to create the illusion of demand for certain types of jobs, which in turn allows them to offer lower wages. For example, if there are 100 applicants for a fake job that pays $50,000 a year, then the employer can argue that there's plenty of supply for that type of job and offer a lower wage to candidates. So what are some examples of ghost jobs? Well, it could be anything from entry-level positions to high-paying executive roles. It could be a job that's advertised online, or it could be a job through a recruitment agency. And we all know how those recruiters have such a great reputation in the world these days. But anyways, some of them have been known to advertise fake jobs just to get more people on their books. Now, you might be thinking, surely this is illegal, right? Well, no. Technically, it's not illegal to advertise a job that doesn't exist. It is illegal to use a fake job ad to discriminate against certain groups of people or collect personal information under false pretenses, but these practices are usually difficult to detect and even harder to prosecute. Now, in the software development world, ghost jobs take another form as well. They're usually involved when one is applying to a job and they receive a code test in return. What some of these companies are doing is they're making a job post, getting applicants, and then taking the code and never hiring any of the software developers. It's actually a pretty ingenious and scammy way to get people to build software and apps for you, decline them all, and then use applicants to build your app. And we've seen companies on this channel before take software from applicants and use it on their website. Now, I know we're talking about software developers, but I'm also well aware that it's not exclusive to just software developers. It happens to people in the copywriting world, in the design world, in the art world. Anytime people have to submit proof of work before they're offered a job, there's the potential for that job to just take your work and run. Now, of course, not all companies do this on purpose. Sometimes companies have mass layoffs and can't manage to update their career page in time. Or perhaps something at the company falls through and they don't have the budget anymore to fill that position. That would also be seen as a ghost job, even though the story behind it doesn't necessarily make it one of those that, oh, we're just trying to make ourselves look better. The lesson that everyone should walk away with here is that if companies can keep their door open, then employees can keep their door open. If they can have an endless pool of applicants on the side just in case they need them, then you should be able to have an endless amount of contacts to other HR people and hiring managers at different companies just in case you need them. Just remember, it's 2023. Loyalty isn't a thing now. Companies and managers are admitting to just keeping their door open. Yeah, it's fine. We can manipulate wages that way. We can make the company look better that way. There's a lot of things we can do by just, keeping the door open in case we don't need you anymore. So I think that says a lot to workers. And you should always be applying to jobs. Always. Even if you have a great job, always apply to jobs, always collect contact information. You don't have to finish the interview process, but in the meantime, you'll find out if they're ghost jobs or not. Either they respond or they don't. If they do respond, book the email. Anyways, guys, if you got some value out of this video, maybe consider checking out my Patreon. The link for that is down in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe leave a like. Click subscribe if you'd like to see me call out more of this corporate nonsense. And if you have anything you'd like me to take a look at on the channel, you can go ahead and send it to me. Discord, email, Instagram, TikTok, unless it gets banned in a bit here. But having said all that, I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.